Welcome to Duo Chat with Brittany and Cynthia, where we talk about drama shows from shows ranging from the 90s to today.
Hi everyone, I'm Brittany.
And I'm Cynthia. And today we have Jaycee with us again.
Hey guys,
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me back.
Of
Yeah,
course.
we'll see. So JC,
Yes,
since we haven't seen you all of season 4,
yes.
because you're too busy for us, uh, what do you think of season 4?
I'm really enjoying it so far. I like watching Pacey and Joey together.
My favorite couple.
They're super cute. Um, it's been weird seeing Dawson with Gretchen.
Nobody? You don't
No,
like them together?
it's weird. I'm getting used to it.
Oh,
And
because she's Pacey's sister,
yeah, yeah.
or because
Um,
she's 22 years old.
a little bit of both. It's strange, but well, I was dating a 22-year-old when I was 17, so
What?
yeah.
Wait, alert, news alert, breaking news. What?
Oh yeah. Yep, in high school.
Cynthia, did you know this?
No, because we weren't friends at that time. So
Yeah.
this is
Um,
new. So was that senior
Exactly.
year? Was
yes.
it? Okay.
So that happened. So
So
it,
what do you think of Drue, the new character?
oh, I hate him. I really hate him. I'm not a fan.
Me too.
Me either.
Oh, Cynthia, I thought you liked him.
No.
I am mad that they made Drue this bad because I always like picking Dawson as the worst, and I can't. With season 4, I can't.
Yeah, it's hard when he's around.
Yeah, I'm like, and he's in every episode.
Hmm. He's
So I'm like,
annoying.
yeah, so I'm like, man, I can't pick Dawson.
What
Is
do you
he
think
like
about
the Abby?
the what?
What? No, I think he's
Yeah,
worse than Abby.
yeah, like
Oh,
it's
yeah.
new Abby.
I was gonna say, what do you think about Toby?
Oh, oh, sorry. Oh, you weren't asking me. Okay.
Toby's the other guy, right?
Yeah, that likes
Yeah,
Jack.
the one that likes Jack, but he's so mean.
Yeah, you know, at first he didn't want nothing to do with Jack, and
Hmm.
No,
now
he
he
was
does.
mean. He was picking on him. Oh, that you're that type. It's like, what is that supposed to mean?
Yeah, and I just, I don't like him. I don't like him either.
Me either. And then Cynthia was like, "Yeah, we got like 4 more episodes with him." I'm like,
Ugh.
"Thanks for that."
I did
But
like
you,
watching Jack with the kids though. That was cute.
but
Yeah.
you do like my favorite couple.
Oh my God, how can I not?
They're your favorite couple though, right?
They are.
Because
They're
remember,
super cute.
you were on the Dawson and Joey train for a while.
I was. But after seeing Pacey and Joey, it's a lot better. They go together better.
Yes, I told you, brunettes belong together.
Hmm.
Cynthia's still iffy about them.
No, I like them too.
Yeah, they're
Well, they're the only like solid couple on the show.
right now.
Because
Right
who did?
Yeah.
now.
I mean, Annie's not there anymore.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad she's gone. I was
It's
getting
just
tired of
interesting. Yeah, it's just interesting how she's still credited in the
I
thing.
know what. Did you know that? Did you notice that?
Hmm.
Yeah, now that she's gone, she's still like on the.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait, so doesn't that mean that they still get paid
I think so.
if
Yeah.
their name is in it?
Hmm.
Well, that would be lucky.
Yeah,
Maybe,
You don't have to go to work, but you're still getting paid.
that would
yeah,
be nice.
maybe they thought she
Yes.
was gonna come back again later on,
Yeah, maybe she might. I don't know. I don't remember the end of season 4.
like for graduation or
I
something.
told you I only remember Joey and Pacey. I don't remember anything else.
Hmm.
I tuned everybody else out.
Of course you did.
Well, I did, and I did for the rest of the series.
Hmm.
That's why it's all gonna be new to me. Just like this episode. Actually, no, this episode was very What did you think of this episode?
I enjoyed it.
I thought it was choppy.
Choppy. What, from
Like,
going from the ski trip back to...
no, because there's a scene missing for Joey and Pacey that isn't in it.
Deleted
I've
one?
I've seen a deleted one.
Mm-hmm.
And then I forgot it was even deleted because when I was watching, I'm like, wait a minute, did I miss that part? And then I watched
Mhm.
it again and I'm like, didn't see it. And it was just so quick. It was like boom, 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 boom. And then it was over. It wasn't, I don't know, it just seemed very choppy. Like they're here for a second, like it was just
I don't
weird,
know. The whole
different.
show's been like that, though.
I don't know. That's just the way I felt.
I liked it. I was sad at some points, happy at others.
All right. So the episode we're talking about is season 4, episode 14, 414. The title is a Winter's Tale. It's definitely winter, right?
Oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Air date February 7th, 2001. And the synopsis is
While the rest of the seniors go to Vermont for a ski weekend, Dawson stays behind to be with Mr. Brooks.
I still didn't know they went to Vermont. How come I have a question. How come they don't ever say that in the show?
They might have, but we probably all missed it.
It might have been just like context clues if it was, I don't know what the name of the place was. It might have been something like that.
Now,
Mm-hmm.
I have a question about this senior trip that they're on.
Yeah.
Who in a small town, because they make sure they let themselves know they're in a small town, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we came from a small town. Who goes to that expensive ski lodge or whatever? Did you see their rooms?
Yeah, they were nice.
Those little
Yeah.
cabins? Are you kidding me? We would get hotel rooms. We wouldn't get nice log cabins and everything like that.
Yeah, and there
With
were
fireplaces
more
and everything,
affordable.
JC.
and there was
I
only
feel
like
like
two,
it was more affordable then.
maybe, and then there was only 2 kids per cabin too. So
Yeah, what's up with that? In our hotel rooms, it was like 4 people.
Yep, yep.
Anytime when we went to Washington, D.C., it was
Yeah,
like we were crammed. I mean,
yeah.
me and you weren't, but the rest of them were crammed.
Yeah.
It was 4 people to a room.
uh,
Yeah. So that's why I just want to know how they're getting away with this.
yeah, I don't know. It seems like Drew would be the only one that could afford it.
I know.
Mhm.
How is Joey and Pacey affording this trip?
Yeah, because you know the school's not paying for it.
Mm-hmm.
No. And that's gotta be expensive. I don't care what you say.
No, it
Right.
is. Yeah.
It looked too nice. I mean, hello, we work for a living. I still probably couldn't afford it. And
Yeah,
how
I
are they?
don't
How are they affording it?
I
I
know.
don't
It's definitely a dream that the writers had again.
know.
Maybe they did fundraisers like we did.
I didn't
For
see
a
them.
trip.
I didn't see them trying to sell cheesecakes and stuff.
Well,
Yeah,
they
they
got
just didn't show it.
behind the scenes, Brittany.
Now, JC,
Yeah,
did our class have a senior trip?
yeah.
Where'd they go?
Actually, they went to a water park, and didn't they go to a water park in Ohio?
I don't know where. I just remember it was a water park.
Yeah, it was in Ohio.
Did you go?
No, I don't like water parks.
Yeah, I didn't go
I
because I
didn't
just can't
go.
swim.
I didn't
So
go because I didn't like the kids.
Ah,
Or shall I say, they didn't like me, so why would I attend?
well, yeah.
I
True.
didn't feel included,
Yeah,
so I wasn't gonna go.
I don't blame you.
So, and it's not like we were friends, so you know what I
I
mean?
wasn't going anyway.
What?
I wasn't going anyway. I'll
So
do it.
yeah, so for the record, our school let our class go to a water park and they get to go to a ski resort with those log cabins and 2
Yeah.
per person?
I
What?
don't even think the people stayed over in Ohio.
Probably not. I'll try like a 1-day thing.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. How in the world are they getting away with this?
Would anyone want to go since we live in Michigan already? Aren't we tired of the snow?
I mean,
I
yeah.
didn't, Cynthia, in the
What?
show, did you see anybody skiing?
No.
Exactly. Well,
It was
actually,
all about sex.
Yeah.
no, actually, you know where I do want to go? Just not this week because it's freezing.
Hmm.
Where?
Is Snow Snake.
What's that?
Yeah, I never heard of
What?
it.
Wait a minute. You two are from Michigan and you don't know what Snow Snake is?
Nope.
I don't like snow, so no.
Wait, Cynthia, who was born and raised and doesn't like snow.
I don't.
Have you ever liked snow?
When I was little.
I don't.
No, Snow Snake is it's like, I don't know, I think it's like 45 minutes away from us.
That's okay.
And it has, I think you can ski. Yeah, you
Mhm.
can ski there and you can tube down the
Isn't that
hills.
where? Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't that just down the hills? Yeah.
Yeah, but they push you down the
Well,
hills.
I don't know about
And then it's fun
you,
because
but I can't walk in snow, so that's why I've never been.
no, but JC, you don't have to walk up there. They attach your tube to the
Conveyor
whatever
belt?
you want to, the what?
I don't know. Is it like a conveyor belt where you
Yeah,
just kind of
something like that where it
ride up?
pulls
Yeah.
you up. Yeah. And
Mhm.
then you get to ride up in your tube
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
then
Wow.
they unhook you and then you get to pick where you want to go and then they push you down, you go again.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes, you get to
Yeah.
be lazy. It's so much fun. Well,
That is amazing.
I've been sledding and like down big hills and it's like you can only go like twice and you're tired.
Yeah.
But at Snow Snake, you can go a million times.
Mhm.
So yes,
Yeah, because you don't gotta do the work.
right. And
Yeah, that
so
part sounds
yeah,
fun.
yeah. And that's what I mean. Our class should have went there. But
That would
yeah,
have been really cool and it would have been way closer.
Mhm.
instead of a water park. I mean, who's getting in their bathing suits in front of each other
Well, we
in
did
our
in
class?
elementary
I didn't
Yeah,
want to do
true.
it then.
when we went to Delta in like
Yeah, I
fourth or
hated
fifth
that.
grade.
Okay, so doesn't it like open with them going to the bus?
Yeah. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Gretchen drops Dawson off
And
and
then she
Pacey
tells Joey,
and
you
Joey
better
and
call
everybody.
Dawson this weekend.
Yeah, that was nice for her to remind Joey what he's going through.
Who cares? They're not friends. Move on.
No, they're
Get some
still
new
friends,
friends.
Brittany.
What?
They're still friends.
Barely. So what I did, okay, here's the thing. I was kind of glad Dawson wasn't there at the um
Ski
senior
Lodge.
trip because he's boring.
He
Well,
would
think
have
if
got
he was
in
there,
between. He would have got in between Pacey and
Pacey and
Joey.
Joey. He would have been like,
Yeah.
"Ooh, you two are fighting. My turn to get in." Like
Yeah.
he doesn't need to know any of that.
Well, maybe he would have hung out with Jen and Jack.
Eh.
But
Hard to
also
say.
maybe he didn't go because they didn't have anybody to put him in a cabin with. He would have been with like a random classmate that we don't know.
That's true. They didn't have a story for it.
Well,
That
no,
could
they
be it
had to have
too.
this Mr. Brooks story, remember? Well, that's the
Because
Mhm.
thing is, Dawson was supposed to go on the trip. Does that mean he gets refunded?
maybe he gave his spot to somebody else.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, maybe Joey or
Yeah.
Pacey. More
No,
likely
I think
Joey,
those two
but
are planning on going. Oh, maybe it was to that girl that Drue snuck on the bus.
Uh,
Now, why is she hanging around Drue? She,
because
hmm,
she likes him.
she's ditzy.
Do you like her?
I don't dislike her.
I do in this episode, trying to get with Joey's man.
Well, they're fighting, and
Jaycee!
can you blame her?
She's trying to.
Awesome.
He's what?
Casey's awesome. Can you blame her?
Oh my God. All right. So watch your boyfriend, Jaycee. I'm just kidding.
I wouldn't go after someone's boyfriend, but I mean,
What you just said that it was okay.
maybe she thinks they broke up.
No, because she said in that episode, she goes, I know you're not ready to break up with her. It's like,
Oh,
yes,
yeah, that's true.
yes, that's what I mean. Okay, but it's you know what I thought was weird though
What?
was at first Joey's carrying all her bags, right?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I got
And
it.
no, but then Pacey was like, "Here, I'll carry him after they get off the bus," and I'm like, "She carried him the first time around.
Uh,
Now you want to carry her bags?"
well, she wanted to, or she wanted to do it by herself before, didn't she?
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
took it as. Yeah.
Oh, and I have another question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Why is okay, so Joey's got her two bags, right?
Yeah,
Why is Pacey carrying his clothes in a brown paper bag?
because he's poor.
Yeah, he doesn't have a
He lives in
suitcase.
a beach house.
I still can't afford a suitcase, I guess, and guess Gretchen didn't have one to borrow to him.
He could have borrowed from somebody else. Doesn't like Bodie have one? He's always coming and going.
He probably didn't
Mm.
want to ask. He's a guy. Come on, you know how they are.
Joey could have would you want your boyfriend walking around with a brown
He
paper
probably
bag?
didn't say anything to Joey about it. He probably just grabbed his stuff, threw it in a bag, and went.
Yeah,
That's
maybe it
what
was
he
last
said.
minute for him.
I just feel like Gretchen, as the older sister, would have been more prepared for him,
Yeah, she should have been.
especially because she said she went on like this trip.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but she's kind of immature too because she's dating a high schooler. I mean, let's be honest. It's true.
Okay. And then what did you think of Jen and Jack?
Mm,
You mean when they're in the cabin
which
together?
part?
Yeah.
No, well, I don't know. It was just weird, like, because was somebody late going to the bus or no? Because like then I don't know. Then there's Drue, and then they're on the bus, and then of course they're sitting right behind, or Drue's sitting right behind Joey and Pacey,
Yeah.
and he has to say what, Jaycee?
What does he say?
I don't know, something about like how Pacey's gonna be the only one that doesn't get laid this weekend.
Oh, they're always forcing that sex stuff into the show. It's always like Joey's a virgin, Joey's a virgin, Joey's a virgin.
Oh, and Jen's not. She
Mhm.
sleeps around. It's
Yeah.
like, hey, I have a question for you. Why is it when Joey talks about sex, I laugh? But
Because she's
when
Me-
like a little kid.
But like when Jen talks about it, I'm perfectly fine with it.
Because
Yeah,
we never
because
hear Joey mention that.
yeah, maybe she's just because she's more innocent.
Yeah.
So I'm like, when Jen says it, it's like, okay, you know. But then like when
Mhm.
Joey says it, it's like, what?
Yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah. Um, so yeah, I didn't, and then that's when Pacey brought up how what's her name? The blonde?
Anna.
Anna. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And how she's like how Drue snuck her on, and he's like, and then Drew's like, yeah, well, by time the Mr. who is it? Mr. So and so finds out,
Yeah, I don't know.
we'll already be like halfway there.
Right. Yeah.
But don't you think he would like when you get there, he'd be like, we got to call your parents and you got to go home because you don't belong here?
Right. Yeah. Normal school would.
Well, and
Mhm.
also, you know how
He
they
probably
got
didn't
to,
even know them.
you know how they got to eat wherever they wanted and stuff? I'm sure there was only like one I don't know. It looked like there's more than one restaurant there.
Yeah, I did so. Yeah.
Well, so I'm sure they had to have like bracelets or something that they could get their free food for the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So wouldn't Anna have to have a bracelet?
Or they
I don't
just
know.
showed him the room keys.
But you know what I mean? Because it's like if she didn't have a bracelet, it's because she didn't pay for the trip.
Drue probably
Mm,
paid for her.
yeah,
No,
since
because
they
he snuck.
live.
No, he snuck her in. Remember?
Yeah, but
Well,
I mean, like
she was
after that,
placed with another girl,
like he could have easily paid for her food,
You think Drue is gonna pay for her food?
or he shared his food with her.
or if she pays herself.
Oh, you guys.
A lot of possibilities.
So the last episode ended with Dawson finding Mr. Brooks.
Hmm.
Yes.
And now we find out that Mr. Brooks is in a coma. How do
Right.
you guys feel? How do you guys feel about that?
Well, they said
Um,
from taking pills, but he wasn't taking his medicine.
Yeah, Cynthia, that's what I wrote down. I was like, coma brought on by pills.
yeah,
Hmm.
that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Well, and Cynthia, we just had this discussion last episode of what was better. Because I said if he doesn't want to take the pills, like the pills just seemed like they were like keeping him alive longer.
Did he take them? Did he overdose?
No,
Is
no,
that
he kept taking them out of his mouth or whatever and putting them
yeah?
in another bottle or something.
Yeah, hiding them.
Oh,
Because remember, Grams found out that he wasn't taking his meds,
yeah,
and he said he just wanted to be like fresh and alert because they
yeah,
were playing a game.
yes,
And so I'm like, so really, his pills were gonna kill him.
yeah.
So he
Actually,
would.
seems like most pills do that.
But then it is weird because the other side is we didn't see him take any pills
Right.
No,
because that nurse told Dawson that he wasn't taking pills and blamed him, which I don't know how you can blame Dawson for Mr. Brooks not taking his pills.
right. He brought him
Um,
the pills.
and then Grams found out that he wasn't taking them. So I don't know why they said it was brought on by pills when it wasn't.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Again, the writing. I hate to say it, but the writing is bad.
It is. They
But
they haven't been doing too well.
I gotta call it out because it doesn't make any sense. Especially the way we're watching, we remember what just happened.
Yeah,
Maybe back then, because they had to wait a whole week, maybe they forgot.
probably.
But I feel like the diehard Dawson's Creek fans would remember this.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's just, I don't know, it's pretty stupid writing, but okay.
It was.
Now, JC, do you think that it was right for Dawson to end up in this situation, being the proxy?
I thought it was kind of messed up. They left it on a kid, basically.
Hmm.
Like, I understand it. He does know Mr. Brooks best, I guess, at this point. But how do you leave that big of a decision on somebody that's not even an adult, somebody that can't even legally make decisions for themselves yet?
But
Yeah.
JC, is that even legal?
That's what I was wondering. I
He's
was talking to
seven.
my friend about that today.
He's
And
17.
I was talking about that with my friend today. And she was like, well, yeah, it is. If the person appoints them, it can be. That's what she was saying. But I don't know. It doesn't seem legal in my opinion.
Now, how is a 17-year-old gonna pull the plug on somebody?
I don't get it. That part didn't make sense. It didn't seem realistic.
No, I feel like they'd have to be at least 18.
Right.
And
Yeah,
he's
How
that's
can
what.
not.
how can a kid make that kind of decision?
Yeah,
No.
Google says he has to be at least 18.
That
See?
would make sense.
But
Yeah, because you're an actual adult at 18.
yeah,
Right.
listings.
You can't even make
Listings.
your own decisions underage.
Hmm.
So why make them for why would you be able to make them for someone else?
Right. And okay, so in his story, Dawson and Mr. Brooks' story in this episode,
Yeah.
when because Dawson was like, "Oh, why did he leave me?" And who was it that said, "Oh, was it Gretchen or something that said because he thought that you would be like best or like you would know what to do or something. And I was like,
Yeah.
literally, I was like, no, it's because Mr. Brooks had nobody else.
Exactly.
The only one he had was Dawson. That's the only reason
Yeah.
why Dawson was able to sign it, was because that's the only person he had. So no, I think it was Gretchen. No, Gretchen. It was because he had nobody else.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
No, I
Gretchen.
agree.
Yeah, Gretchen told Dawson that he has better judgment than anyone she knows, and Mr. Brooks probably felt the same way.
I don't
And
think
how
so. It's because he had nobody.
Brooks saw his old heart, how old his heart is, and would make the right decision. That's what she
Yeah.
told Dawson.
She's trying to make him feel better, honestly. I think that's it. I don't know if
Mhm.
she
Yeah,
usually
because otherwise it's not the truth. Who's he gonna leave the decision to? Graham's? She wants to keep him alive forever, like her husband that she made stay upstairs, like lying in bed for months.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yep.
I wouldn't want that choice either. You know what I mean? Like leaving it to Graham's, she'll keep you alive
Hmm.
forever.
Yep.
So yeah, like that's no life to live. So
Mhm.
I mean, even Dawson says it in this episode, like, oh, wasn't it with Graham's when they were praying and he was like, well, I don't know what to do. Do I pray that he basically dies?
Yeah.
Or do I pray that he lives? But what kind of life is that? And I'm like, exactly. I think you just
Yeah.
answered it.
Yep. He did. He answered his own question right there.
Plus, Mr. Brooks wasn't taking his meds because he was trying to go. Like, as in, like, he wasn't trying to prolong it any long. Like, he just wanted to go.
Yeah, he wanted to be at peace.
And which I don't blame him. So, I think, it's like, no, Dawson, this is what he would want. He would want to go right now.
Exactly.
So let the poor man go.
Yeah.
I did like that Mitch and Gail were in the episode.
Me too.
Being supportive.
And they were for once playing Dawson's parents.
Mhm.
As they should be.
Because Dawson is always the parent. And for the first
Mhm.
time, Mitch and Gail are the parents.
Well, they're all happy now. They're having their new baby and they're in love.
They get a fresh, hey, JC, they get a fresh start.
Yeah. First one didn't go so well. Here, let's try again.
Oh my God. JC, what would you do if your parents like had a baby when you were like graduating?
I don't know. I don't know how I would react.
Especially because like you're the baby of the family.
Yeah, I don't know. That'd be tough.
You'd
Well,
be like, listen, little kid, I don't like you.
I was born the same year my brother graduated.
Was he happy though that you were going to be born?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I don't know. I don't know
And
how I
then
would feel either.
and then my sister graduated the next year after that in 94.
Oh yeah.
So they
Yeah,
would
well,
probably know how Dawson's feeling.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the good thing is they liked you. Hey, some older siblings may not like their little siblings.
Yeah.
Hmm. And it's nice that Dawson, remember, because he really called his parents irresponsible
Yeah.
for for getting pregnant. So it's like, it's a really good thing that he's coming around to being a big brother.
Yes, I'm happy he didn't stay mad for too long.
Well, and I'm happy that he's changing because he's the only child. Like it's all about me, me, me.
Yes.
And for once, he'll be able to put someone else above him.
Oh, Dawson.
And then back to Mr. Brooks, his old best friend showed up at the hospital to say
Oh
goodbye.
my gosh, what was up with that?
I like this.
Yeah.
So I have a question though. Is that supposed to be Pacey?
Yeah.
Oh,
Because remember, Mr. Brooks is Dawson
Mhm.
yeah.
that lost the girl.
Yep. That's crazy.
Well, and remember, so in this story, so if we're looking at just this story, right, and Dawson is
Yeah.
Mr. Brooks, the friend was married to the girl for how long? Wasn't it like 40 years?
Yeah, a long
Almost, yeah,
time.
yeah.
So does that mean Pacey is gonna be married to Joey? Like,
Probably.
is that like a hint that like this is the way it's gonna end?
I
Yeah.
don't know.
It would be nice if it was.
Yes.
Well, then, and I thought it was nice that Mr. Brooks reached out to his friend.
Mhm.
Yes.
After 40
And
It
years,
was heartwarming.
but what did you guys think of when his friend said
the quote from Miracle on 34th Street.
no, when he told Dawson he only hurt himself.
Oh,
Um, what? Is it because he was just mad? Like
I
he
think
was
because,
mad and he lost a friendship? I mean, is that why he
yeah,
hurt himself or what?
He hurt himself because yeah, chose not to be around and be around the girl and the guy, and yeah, lost out on a lifetime of right.
Being the third wheel.
Well, it would
yeah,
have been happy though.
hmm yeah,
Miserable
and then,
old man by himself.
yeah,
That's what Dawson's gonna be.
yeah, and then even
Um,
It became
Dawson,
what,
yeah,
Cynthia?
Dawson even asked his friend what he should do, and the friend quoted, "Faith is believing in something when common sense tells you not to," from Miracle on 34th Street. And
I didn't watch that.
the friend says, Arthur, Mr. Brooks, always
Oh
believed
yeah.
that the best answers to life's questions could be found
Is
in the
in
movies.
yeah, that Mr. Brooks thought that life's big questions will be answered in movies. And I was like, that's Dawson all the way.
Yeah, because
Doug,
was a callback to season 1.
Well, and then Dawson was like, well, they can be. And he told a friend that, and I was like, what? No, Dawson. Um, but yeah, I was happy that the friend, and then I was happy that the friend, well, then he told Mr. Brooks, thank you for staying alive or whatever for me to say goodbye.
Mhm.
yeah,
And then too that he's he said something about like, oh, well now he gets to be with the love of his life, which is the guy's wife,
yep.
Yeah,
because now they're both dead.
I thought it was kind of sweet.
me
Yeah,
too.
but I don't want to think about Joey being dead and then Dawson dying first. If I think about it.
And then after he was taken off life support, they go back to I think Mr. Brooks' house or Dawson, somebody's, and Dawson shows his documentary that he made of Mr.
It
Brooks,
looked
but they
like
don't.
Dawson's house
Yeah,
Yes.
but we
because
didn't get
Gail was making popcorn.
right. But I was mad that we didn't get to see like glimpses of the documentary. We just saw them watching
Yeah.
it.
Right. I wanted to see that too. I thought that would have been better.
Cynthia,
Mhm.
Jaycee, there was nothing on the screen. They can't show you blank stuff.
I know, but
Well,
they
they
could have
could have
made something. Yeah, even if it was just
That would
clips of.
that would take more work.
They could have at least showed like clips of Mr. Brooks when Dawson filmed him.
They
yeah.
but he didn't actually film them. Listen, you only saw what was Dawson filmed, which was nothing.
No,
So,
he had his camera on, the lights set up and everything.
Yeah.
but what you saw was the film. That's all that he filmed. Listen, it would have taken more work. And you guys remember Joey's and
Worth it.
you guys remember Joey's artwork on the wall. I
Oh
mean,
God.
it was done. It was done like overnight. So if that took overnight, I can't imagine them being like actually thinking to bring a little movie to life.
Yeah, I just think it would
True.
have been a better way to end Mr. Brooks' character from the show.
Well, it was just like when
Absolutely.
Dawson met Nikki. We didn't get to see what it was about. Everybody cheer.
Yeah, well, that made sense that they didn't show that because she was introduced to the whole show in the first place too. So
Right.
they
Well,
didn't.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, we get to sit and watch everybody's reactions.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I did think it was cute that Mitch and Gail both were like staring at Dawson.
When
They
they were
were
watching it.
admiring the
Yeah.
Yeah, they were just watching Dawson watch the film.
Yeah. And then one unrealistic thing in this was how Drue
On
took over the
one?
keys. Well, the first one, how he took the keys and gave everybody, Joey, Pacey a room, and then
Oh,
Jen and Jack a
you mean
room.
the trip? Yeah.
Yeah,
Cynthia, what was up with that?
yeah, and then
Those are
Joey,
nice.
yeah, and then him
Okay.
and Anna
Well,
room.
yeah. Well, first the teacher, whatever his name is,
Mhm.
first he was like, "Now listen, it's gonna be boys and girls, like boys in one room, girls in another." And then
Mhm.
he gives it to some kid and says, "Here, give out the keys." Why would you give the
I
keys to
know.
some kid? Because
Mhm.
then
It
Drue
makes
takes,
no sense.
because then Drue takes
Bag.
the bag, whatever, and just hands them out to everybody. And I'm like, why is you as the adult, why wouldn't you assign, first of all, you should have your list of who everybody's sleeping in the same room
Mhm.
with.
Mhm.
Right.
And then you're supposed to hand them out yourself.
Yeah, usually they assign things like that.
Yeah, like when we went to Washington, everything was set up way in advance.
Yep.
Mhm.
You didn't get to choose last minute. Oh, I don't want to be in the same room as you, Jaycee. I want to sleep with
Right.
go with somebody else. Like, no, we didn't have that choice.
No,
Mhm.
it was all planned out.
Yeah, and I feel like that's the way it would have been here too, is it would have all been planned out. Like Jen and Joey would probably be in a room together. Like,
Mhm.
yeah. But to leave it to some kid, really?
Right.
Yeah, right. So unrealistic.
No, yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then
And
okay, so then Drue gave it to Jen and Jack, and he was like, "Well, nothing's gonna happen with you two." So you guys didn't they get like the pullout or something, or the
I don't
cot
know.
because nothing was gonna happen in their room?
I wasn't
I
paying
don't know.
attention.
Yeah, he said something, and I was like, "What?"
But all of a sudden, Jen's like a klutz now because she slips twice in this episode.
Didn't she slip like 3 times? It seemed like.
2 times. First after they got their keys, and then after
Mhm.
they all met Pacey,
Yeah, when the
Joey,
four of
Jack,
them,
and
yeah.
Jen
Be
about to
used
go to
to
that restaurant.
snow. She should be used to the snow and ice coming from New York.
Yeah. And then she was in the second one, she was holding Jack's arm and she still fell. He should have been able to catch her at least. She just fell so easily.
You're right.
That didn't make sense to me.
Well, you know
Mhm.
what didn't make sense to me
Hmm.
was that night when after she fell and
Yeah.
Jack was like, "You really want to go to like the emergency room and stuff?" And she was like, "No, I'll be fine." And then you cut to them making out,
Yeah.
and when she gets up, she walks perfectly fine. I was
Oh,
like, you got up pretty easy and you walked right over there to get whatever the heck you were getting. And I was like, it didn't make any sense. Like, if your ankle you're in so much pain, you're going to be getting up like, oh my God, like trying not to touch your ankle. And
right.
you're also going to be limping because you don't want to touch that foot.
Yeah.
So it made no sense that,
Bad acting on that part.
right, that she would just get right up and stand up and start walking. No.
Hmm.
Not the way she was acting at the beginning, which was she's gonna basically die
Hmm.
from
Right.
it. Yeah, no, no, no.
And then all of a
There was
sudden
a lot going on.
what?
There was just a lot going on in this episode.
Yeah, like Jen all of a sudden was comfortable getting naked in front of Jack when she wanted to take that bath
Oh my
and
God.
wanted him to help her into it.
Oh my God, that scene was funny
Hmm.
because she just, well, first she tells Jack that he had to take her pants off.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, 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 no. And then she was like starting to take her pants off, and he was like, what are you doing? And it's like, Jack, I thought you're gay.
Right.
JC, that's when I realized maybe he's not.
Yes, me too. I'm like, okay, maybe he's bi.
Because I feel like if you were, you'd be like, whatever, I don't care.
Exactly. Like it wouldn't phase him.
Right. But the fact that he was like, oh my God, oh my God, it was like, Jack, are you sure you're not?
Right.
Are you sure you're not straight?
Yep.
Because you're acting like it.
Yeah.
No, that was normal for me.
Oh, it is.
Mhm.
Well, then it was funny because he was like, he goes, well, what'd you do? Something like if he took his off, and she's like, and he's like,
Mm.
okay, no. And it was
Mhm.
funny. I was like, that's what Jaycee would be thinking.
Yeah, probably.
Well, you just have to ask Joey what it looks like.
Yeah, Joey knows. That's right.
She knows, remember?
That's too funny.
Um,
And then when they are eating in the pizza place, it was Jen and Jack meeting up with Joey and Pacey, but when they're in the restaurant, Jen and Jack disappeared. So did it think they went back to the room, right? After she fell again?
yeah,
Okay, yeah.
I know. I know. I was like, where is Jen and Jack? Why aren't they
Mhm.
there?
Yeah.
Is
And
that
then,
just
but
the way of
then,
being-
but then their scene cuts to them in their little cabin and
Right.
get them getting drunk. So I was like,
Yeah, I was just
okay.
confused for a second, yeah. And then
Now, what was it that Jen said she opened the
A
the
hair
mini bar?
clip.
JC, can you open up a mini fridge or whatever that's probably locked with a hair clip?
I'm sure you could. A hair clip and something else, she said. I'm sure you could if you know how to pick locks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to pick locks, but I'm sure it could.
Okay.
I don't. I wish. No.
No, you don't. Um, all right. So when Joey and Pacey,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to talk about
Mhm.
it. All right, when Joey and Pacey are
When
in
they
their
do it,
cabin. What? What'd
when
you
they
say?
do it, they
Oh,
do it.
I think she's talking about leading up to it, right,
I'm
Brittany?
talking about the fight.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Was that after Joey saw that Pacey also had a condom in his wallet, like all the other guys?
No,
Oh, before that?
I don't think so.
They did have something
when
before that.
Was
oh, sure,
because
after the condom.
because first Pacey turns on TV
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
and sees porn
Yep.
and was
Yeah, that.
like and was making a joke like, hey, we can like laugh about this, and Joey's like,
Mhm.
no, we can't, like all uptight, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And and then yeah, then it must have been them going to dinner. And
Yes.
then they came home and fought. Is that how it went?
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so we cut to the restaurant. Let's go to the restaurant then.
Yeah.
How
About the.
much I don't like Drue. What does him and Anna do? Start crap.
Always, of course. Did you expect any
Mhm.
less?
Why would they go with Drue? I don't get it.
I think they just ended up at the same table as them.
Oh, come on.
They probably sat
Wasn't
down
it a
first.
double date again?
What?
What?
I thought it was another double date. I get.
No, I think Pacey and Joey sat down at their table, and since Jen and Jack weren't there when Drew and Anna walked in, they just sat right there at the table with them.
Oh, yep. That makes sense.
So they didn't really have a choice.
Hmm.
I would have got up.
But do you think Joey should have been disappointed that Pacey had a condom in his wallet?
No.
Like,
No.
as if, being prepared is a bad thing?
Right. Like, what if he didn't have one and something did happen?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Well, and it's not like it would be a one night stand.
exactly.
They're in a freaking relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what she thought. He's a teenage guy dating a pretty girl that he wants to be with. So I don't know why she's like so upset that he has it.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, who cares that he has one? As long as he's not using it with somebody else, right? Like,
Exactly.
that's all I care about.
And he also respected her enough to not pull his wallet out in front of everybody.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But she got mad because she was like, you have your wallet.
Well, did she
Mm-hmm.
really want him to pull it out and show everybody?
I
Right.
Probably.
wouldn't. I'd be like, my guy's the best one. hydraulic. You know what I mean? Like,
So like he did, I think, the right thing in that situation.
yeah.
Mhm.
Because then Drue would have been like, oh, look, even Pacey's a pig. Like,
It would have
you
been
know,
a bigger ordeal.
yeah, Drue would have went on and never let it go.
Yep.
Especially because he's always picking on Joey. It would have been an
Oh,
ongoing thing. So, um, so I didn't like that she was so upset then
Mhm.
about it. But okay,
yeah.
Jaycee, what did you think though when they told the whole restaurant or whatever, like, guys, get out your wallet.
I thought it was funny. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm like, every single guy in there is gonna
Yeah,
have one.
every single one.
Mhm.
Now, Jaycee, what's the odds of that?
I
That every single one of them though?
well, it seemed like it was all a bunch of teenage boys, so
Yeah, I didn't see really. I mean, the grown-ups that were supposed to be like the background actors, I think
yeah,
they're supposed to be part of the school, even though they looked older.
yeah.
Yeah,
They
I think it was only supposed to be like their school in there, but yeah.
yeah, so given that it was like all teenage boys, I'm like, well, I expect every single one of them to be carrying one. Especially they're on their ski trip and everyone knows that's what the ski trip is usually about, supposedly.
JC, it's
No,
about
that's what they
having fun,
said.
not about what they were doing.
No, they implied
None
it
of them
in the
were
beginning that
skiing. I'm gonna stand by it. Nobody was skiing.
well, everyone's when they're getting on the bus, the dude's like, everyone that's getting on the bus is getting laid this weekend or something, he said. And so it was implied that like people expect it on that trip.
That's
Yeah.
probably why our senior trip was probably like a 1 day.
Yeah,
They didn't want to
Yeah.
be responsible if anyone got pregnant.
yeah.
Yeah. That boy yelled, "Whoever plans on getting laid this weekend, get on the bus," he said. That's what he said. Yeah.
Stupid.
Mhm.
Brittany, you remember what was found on the bus in Washington?
No.
A
Was
condom.
was it our bus? Look at
Yes,
JC's
it got
face.
stuck to the one girl's purse.
I feel like I heard about
Wait,
this.
it was in her purse?
It got stuck to her purse on the outside of
Oh,
Oh.
yeah, because where was she or something? She said it was.
it was on the floor.
Yeah, that's
Oh, she
gross.
put it down on the floor. Yeah.
Yeah,
Was
she
it
put her
still?
purse on the floor and the
Was it?
condom was on the floor.
Was it still in the wrapper? No.
No.
Oh God.
Only JC would remember that. Well,
Yeah.
I know, but she was really embarrassed.
Yeah, she was.
And then, of course, everyone's making jokes.
Yeah, and she
Mhm.
was mortified.
Yeah, which I would be too.
Uh-huh.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna be honest. I didn't even enjoy it.
You didn't? Well, some of it was bullshit.
JC, do you remember um what was it? This stupid thing with the horses and
Hmm. With the horses.
yeah, like they had the show and everybody was like in their different
Oh,
colors.
yes, yes, yeah.
The medieval times.
Yup. That was bullshit.
So, I don't think did I ever tell you the story?
Oh no, you did, yeah.
What was it?
You said your mom got a hold of him and they sent you a bunch of shit.
No, actually. So, okay, so Cynthia,
Mm.
at our table,
Mhm.
every single girl got a flower except for yours truly.
Why?
So I don't know. Ask the dude that. And everybody was, we love him. And I'm like, and so I was just like, why wouldn't like it was just rude. You gave it to every single person except for one.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was like ready to like be in tears because like I'm watching everybody have fun and I just couldn't enjoy it because I'm like, I'm left out again. So
Yeah.
I was like, okay. And so then the bus ride sucked because everybody was talking about it. And so then my mom told my dad that what happened. And so he called.
Oh, your
He
dad
called
did.
and he called and bitched them out and said, "You left my daughter, the only one, out." And so then I come home to a package from medieval times with a whole bunch of shit signed from him. And I said, "What do I want signed shit from him for? He
Yeah.
left me out." Burn. I was like, yeah. And I got like a medieval flag and I got like this. And I'm like, I don't even care for any of this. I was like,
You were pissed at them at that point.
if I ever go to Washington, I won't ever go there. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, I was like, that's so wrong that you can just leave a kid out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you should have at least your second round went, oh, there's someone. Even after the show was over, you still should have been like, hey, I didn't give this one girl a flower, but I gave everybody else one.
Yeah.
How easy would that have been?
Right.
Like, it was just so wrong. And I'm like, you literally left me out. So, yeah, my trip was not fun. Jaycee, do you know that our last food that we went to was McDonald's?
Was it?
Yes. And do you know we got McDonald's and my brother got they went to some big thing. It wasn't Coney Island, it was
We
something. And I was like, how the F did we get McDonald's?
didn't. McDonald's.
I was like, really? We literally got McDonald's and they got to go to all these cool things. I was like,
Well,
I
I
want
was getting annoyed with like the teachers because they kept freaking leaving me behind because like handicap entrances would be like at other spots, and then by the time I'd get there, everyone was like way off and gone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was ridiculous. That
Yeah.
whole that trip was kind of a shit show.
Yeah, it was. That's why I was like, I hated Washington, D.C.
We've
So
seen some really cool stuff, but
I liked Arlington and
yeah,
like that kind of stuff, like the historical stuff, but the
Yeah.
rest of the bullshit I could have ignored and just like I would rather go now.
that you're an adult. Yeah.
Right. And I can go see what I want to see when I want. Like, you know what I mean? Like instead of going with a whole group of people that you just can't stand.
Right.
Mhm.
Oh, and didn't you think too that the tour guides always rushed us?
Yes, we never really got to spend time and enjoy anything.
Like we would finally go up to something, Cynthia, and they'd be like, time to move on. And it's like, we didn't even see anything.
Mhm.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, this is ridiculous. You can't even take pictures. All right. So yeah, so that happened where and you know what was weird though is that Anna was the one that brought up the condoms.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, he does seem a little sex crazed, as we see in this episode and others.
But yeah, I was just like, she's bringing it up. Because then she
Mhm.
was yelling to the guys, wallets
She's trying to see who she can hook up with this week.
instead of Drue.
Yeah.
So
Well,
are
she did go after
Drue,
Pacey.
Yeah.
so is Drue and Anna in the same room?
Yeah.
They gotta be.
That's why he took the keys to begin with.
Well, that don't mean anything. It just means he was hooking everybody else up. Who
Oh, you
knows?
would have
Maybe he thought there was some other girl that he wanted to hook up with.
Shoot. He probably kicked her out the room and had them over.
Well, he still
I
had to
could see
hide
that.
her. He still had
Yeah.
to hide her, so she couldn't
Yeah,
just
so
go in a
there's
random room.
a threesome going on.
Probably. I wouldn't doubt it with her and him.
So yes, then of course outside, that's where Joey says um that he did have his wallet
Mm-hmm.
and that she wanted to see it.
And of course, we all know he had one.
Yes, he was being responsible
Yeah.
for when the time came.
I respect it.
But you have to remember too, like, I don't know, it doesn't really feel like he waited that long when it came to Andy.
No, he didn't. Well, Andy didn't care to wait that long.
Yeah.
Well, remember at first it was about the condoms. Remember when he was looking and then she was all like,
Yes.
and she yelled at him and then she went and got him and it was like, what?
Mm-hmm.
It made no sense. Andy was a weirdo. I liked her though. Until then, she got a little annoying at the end.
Yeah. Well, Joey's becoming a little annoying in this episode.
Yeah, she is. I agree.
Yeah.
So then they get back to the room.
Mm-hmm.
And well, this is why I don't really know if it's the same day or whatever, because I thought when they were at the restaurant, it was dark outside.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was.
But then when Anna comes to the door, it's light outside.
It must have been the next day then
it had to be.
Yeah.
for the
And
weekend. So
yeah, um, so then
Yeah,
of course,
it would have been. It would
yeah,
have
because it
been
was
because
daylight, yeah.
Friday night, Saturday night, they went home Sunday.
So then that's where that's when Joey opens the door and sees Anna.
mhm.
And that's when, of course, they get into the fight.
Yep.
Now, Jaycee, do you think Joey should have reacted the way that she did?
I think she's overreacting.
Me too.
Because here's the thing is what I didn't like about Joey is yes, you can have all the feelings you want, which is you're not ready. Then be honest that you're
Mhm.
not ready. But the problem is
Right.
she's never really said she's not ready.
Yeah.
All she keeps saying is she doesn't know why.
Right.
She's never said, I'm not ready. I think
And
if
then the
she,
Dawson
and
thing gets better.
and I feel like if she would just say that, Pacey wouldn't say anything.
Hmm.
But because she doesn't say anything, it leads to fights.
Oh yeah.
Now, what I caught was last episode when they fought about this, um, Pacey said that they were together for 8 months.
Yeah.
Right.
This episode, which was, by the way, a week later, I looked. This one was February 7th. The other one was January 31st. So it was only a week apart. Now, all of a sudden, that they've been together for 9 months.
Well, maybe
I
that a month has gone by in between the episodes. Like, even though when they aired it, it was only a week.
It
mhm.
was just last episode.
Yeah, well, not schools. Shows progress differently than in real
No,
life.
clearly,
So
all of a sudden, it's 9 months.
Well, a whole month went by. Probably 1 week is about a month in the show.
Um, so, did you know that, or did you hear that his voice shakes when he says 9 months?
No, I didn't really notice.
yeah,
What? You didn't notice it?
no.
Oh my God. Yes, it did. It was cute.
I don't know about that, but okay.
Um, well, so of course Joey's got to say something.
Well, yeah.
And so she tells Pacey, like, I don't know why, why he would want to sleep with her. I don't know. I don't really understand Joey. Um,
Really don't make sense sometimes.
and that's when he stops her. And then that's when he was like, if I was in this for sex alone, I wouldn't have lasted for 9 months.
Exactly.
And I was like, that's what I mean. Like, he really does love you because he's
Yeah.
waiting forever.
Oh, he really does. Absolutely. You can tell.
Yeah. And then what I don't like what Joey does next, the part that irritated me was, he's asked her, like, what's wrong, basically.
Right.
And she has never cared about his feelings. And here it is. He says that he's scared and what he's scared of, which is Dawson, he's worried that she wants Dawson to be her first.
Which is understandable of him to
Which
be.
is yes, it's 1000% understandable in my eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was, but she disses it. She was like, well, if that's how you feel,
Just
then why are you here?
Because it's true, I think.
It is true because what happens next?
Yeah.
She gets on the phone with Dawson.
Yep.
And then she decides to have sex with him. Isn't that a coincidence?
Yeah.
That If you didn't talk to Dawson, you wouldn't have had sex with Pacey.
Mhm.
Right.
That's the way I took it, was you had to have that phone call with Dawson for Dawson to kind of, I don't even know really what they were talking about. I was kind of tuned out.
Yeah.
But I was like, it's because of Dawson, and it always has been. Like,
Yeah.
she's
She
never
did it.
she's never fully let Dawson go to be happy with Pacey.
No.
Mhm.
And it's drove me nuts because Pacey's such a good guy that he deserves the person that, will give him everything.
Then why do you
Yeah.
like Joey so much?
No, I think they're cute together. I don't necessarily like her.
Okay.
Well, she's irritating in this episode.
He is. I can't stand her in this episode.
Like, just be honest. Say it's because of Dawson, because it is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well,
And
she don't want to hurt Pacey though.
but he already knows.
She don't want to say it out loud.
No, so instead, she sits there or stands there crying. And I'm like, ugh.
It's annoying to
Like,
watch.
stop with the tears, because it's because of Dawson, and Pacey pointed it out. And I just didn't like it that he has these fears and
Yeah.
he's bringing them up to you, and
Right.
you are shutting him down.
He should be able to talk to her, and she's not letting him.
No, but yet when she has a problem or something, she wants him to be sympathetic. Well, guess what? It's a two-way streak.
She's kind of selfish.
Mhm.
1000%. What do you think, Cynthia? I mean, who was in the wrong?
Yeah, I agree. She was being stubborn.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I didn't like the fight because there should have been no fight. Joey just
Mhm.
had to start something.
Oh yeah.
That's the way I took it, because right away she was like, "Oh, you have nothing to say about, Anna wanting to come play with him," is what she said.
Yeah.
And that's when he's like, basically, I can't say anything right. So,
Right.
and I was like, I agree. Don't say anything.
Yep. It's his best bet.
But then he walks out, and then that's when he goes to, where
Anna.
were they?
It was like hot tub area.
Yeah. So, and then so he's sitting with Anna.
Mhm.
Well, didn't it look like kind of like a fireplace or something? I don't know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it was.
And that's when Anna says to him that I know you're not ready to leave her, but
yeah, that's messed up. I don't
like
like Anna
Mhm.
for that.
like he is fully committed.
Yeah.
And even if he's not, no.
She's trashy.
Yeah. Like, you can clearly see that they love each other, so leave them alone.
Right.
Um, she's just got to get over her Dawson issues. And so then after talking to Dawson, which, can someone explain what the talk was with Dawson? I mean, what did they really talk about?
I don't
About
even
Mr.
know.
Brooks.
What was the aha moment for her that changed?
Well, Dawson says how Mr. Brooks waited for his friend to show up before he would go. And Dawson says if we weren't so afraid to let go, we wouldn't feel so free when we finally did it. So,
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So then, of course, then she's all okay.
mhm.
Um, and so then, that's when Pacey was like, no, like, nothing's ever gonna happen between us to Anna,
Mhm.
because he's with the person that he wants to spend more than one night with.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, here we go. Pacey with the words.
Oh yes, he's a wizard with those words.
Well, and then, oh my gosh, little JC, when he said the thought of losing her or hurting her isn't even a consideration. What?
Paul is actually like that in real life. He's definitely a fictional character.
I know. I was gonna say, how many guys would say that?
Not many.
Right.
He's definitely a sweetheart.
Yes, that he's not even gonna consider hurting her. I'm like, what? Dawson had no problems. I'm just kidding.
Well, Dawson is selfish.
Yeah, and then
He is.
Joey had heard everything that Pacey said to Anna, and she says that it reminded her why every part of her loves him.
Yeah, every part of her.
Hmm.
But Cynthia, how in the
Mm.
world could they really, how in the world could she really hear them?
Yeah, no, she was right behind him when he turned around after Anna walked away.
Because she was at like the door and they were way over there.
Hmm.
Well, she wasn't that far away.
Or she could hear their conversation.
If Pacey wasn't exactly whispering.
Okay, Jaycee.
You never know. You never know.
And then they decide to read a book, but they don't have their book. So Pacey's gonna make up a story.
Yeah.
Okay. What did you think though in Jen and Jack's room?
I expected them to like once they started making out, I'm like, oh boy, it's going down. Thought it was gonna
Hmm.
go further.
Yeah.
But he's gay, remember?
I don't think he is now.
Well, because Jen was the one that stopped it.
Yeah.
She was like,
Mhm.
she goes, you're drunk and gay.
I'm wondering though if he actually is fully gay or if he's bisexual.
But
Yeah,
yeah, I was just, what, Cynthia?
I would say he could still just be figuring it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
So,
yeah, it seems like maybe he likes both. But yeah. Well, and then yeah, Jen was the one that was like stopping it. And then all of a sudden he has a headache. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I
You certainly
didn't
didn't
believe that.
you certainly didn't have a headache when you were just making out with her.
mhm.
Nope. I'm like, oh, he made that headache up.
Yeah, he did. Remember, because she was like, well, you're gonna like regret it or something. And then all of a sudden, I have a headache. I'm like,
Yeah, where'd that
out of
come
nowhere.
from?
And then that's when she gets up, and I'm like, oh, I thought you had, I thought your ankle hurt.
Right. Hmm.
Nope. So yeah, I was like, yeah, I don't think he has a headache. Because then remember, she was like, oh, I'll get up and get you something or whatever. And it was like, oh, but then she goes outside and then the teacher or whatever catches her
Yes.
Mhm. Yep.
with alcohol.
I thought it was
Yep.
kind of funny.
Me too, but he didn't do a thing to her.
Not then. I think he's waiting.
Mhm.
I don't think he's gonna do anything. He hasn't watched the kids yet.
Well, he might do something
Maybe
after
he
the
didn't
trip.
want to do what the maybe he never
Where,
did.
but where has he been this whole trip?
Enjoying
know.
himself. Probably.
He
Mhm.
has his own cabin that he's
Yep.
enjoying.
Yep.
Probably getting his own liquor,
Yep. He probably has a hot tub of his own.
watching movies.
Yep. Yeah. Movies.
Yeah. Doesn't care what the kids are doing at all.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's
Yep. And
believable.
yeah. And then the last scene back in Pacey and Joey's cabin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
JC, you like that scene?
It's just kind of like finally.
Yeah.
Finally,
It
Joey
was cute
is
the way she went about it.
is no
Mhm.
longer a virgin. Um,
Little Joey Potter.
your little Joey Potter.
No more little Joey Potter.
Um,
And then the thing I noticed too, they call each other sweetheart, which you don't hear that anymore. So even back then,
why did he call her a sweetheart?
no, she did.
Yeah, she called him one.
Yeah,
Sweetheart.
Yeah.
yes, we are.
I know he is. I think he's I think he's most people's sweetheart.
Yes.
And then
But
when
I
she's
think it was a long time coming, and I was like, finally.
God damn it.
and when she's listing the reasons why she wants to sleep with him now, she mentioned how
Oh
he
my God,
always
I
gives
was crying. Just
well
kidding.
the one part when he gives her a napkin when she's eating pizza or something so she doesn't
No,
wipe the
popcorn.
grease. A
At the
popcorn.
Yeah.
movies. At the
Yeah.
movies.
Oh yeah. And so she doesn't wipe the grease on her jeans.
Yeah.
Why would she do that?
What?
Wipe the grease on her jeans like that instead of at least
Well,
waiting to walk out and then get a
because who's gonna
napkin.
sit there like this
Me.
Yeah. Like I would
instead
I'm
of
wait.
just like
doing
wiping it?
No,
Yeah.
I
no.
understood. No, I understood what she was saying.
Like you
I
could
get it,
see,
but
yeah, you would be able to see it too when you walk out.
Oh
So,
yeah.
my God. You guys are overdoing it.
No, Brittany, it's normally you overdoing it. Let us overdo it for once.
that was just the only one that just seemed odd to list off.
Okay,
So,
Cynthia, it's nice that you have all napkins around you when eating popcorn, but not everybody does.
hmm
But anyway, uh, so yes, well, yes, well, first she wants to see the condom.
Yeah, she's like, you have your wallet.
Yeah, he goes, oh, why you want to throw it out?
and she says, "I want to throw the wrapper out."
I know. I was like, ooh, and he was
Hmm.
like, what? The look on his, the look on his face through the whole thing was just made me laugh. Um, so yes, she listed the popcorn in the napkin. She listed her mom's bracelet. She did. Did you see that she did the countdown monologue that Pacey did?
Yeah,
Yes, because she was like, "You kiss me first, sweetheart."
it was
Yeah.
so cheesy, but so cute. But
hmm
But see, for them, they can get away with the cheesy stuff.
some
Yeah.
of it, I was a little like, oh, a little cringy because it was so cheesy, but I liked it.
Well, it made sense.
It did. It was a long time coming.
That's all JC's gonna. It's a long time coming.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, it's been 9 months. I just
Yeah.
9 long months.
As Pacey said.
Well, and then too, like she was like, "You knew when we were on the boat that I wasn't ready."
Yep.
hmm
She brought that up too.
Yeah.
So yes. Did you like the sex scene or no?
Yeah.
I thought it was perfect. For
So you
them.
for them, would you have wrote it that way?
Uh, I don't know how else I would have.
Because cheesy works for them.
It does.
hmm
They're just
Thank
so
you.
they're just so damn cute.
Yeah.
She made up for the knowingness at the end.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she really did. After that, I'm like, okay, I forgive you.
I don't, but it was funny though because like Pacey was like, are you sure about this? Like, and
hmm
it was just, I thought that was sweet. Like he was still like concerned. Like, are you sure? Like, this what you really want?
Yes.
He really should have said. He really should have said, "Did you make a phone call to somebody named Dawson?"
Ah! Yeah.
Well, think about it though. Going on from here, it can only get worse because we now know the truth. It was because of Dawson.
Yep.
And Pacey's fears are true.
Mm-hmm. Poor
Yes.
Pacey.
I know. At least when Andy did it, she was full on board and like loved him. So
Yeah.
she didn't have setbacks. And that, part of her was still in love with somebody else.
Right.
Yes. So what was your highs and lows?
My high was Dawson playing Mr. Brooks's film.
Huh?
Yeah, it was a
Oh
sweet
God.
it was a sweet way to commemorate his life.
And then the low for you, JC?
Mr. Brooks dying.
Yeah.
It was sad.
hmm Yeah, that would be my low too, and my high would just be the last scene with Joey and Pacey.
Yes.
That's your high.
hmm What's yours, Brittany? Probably the same thing.
Let's see here. Actually, no.
What is it?
I am going against the two of you.
Okay.
And it has something to do with JC's boyfriend.
What happened?
What? So I thought for me the sweetest moment was Dawson and Graham's in the church or whatever they were.
Okay. Yeah. Asking her advice.
Because think about it, like Graham's hated Dawson at the beginning.
Yeah.
And she finally came around to him and they had that sweet moment and he didn't have anyone else that he could turn to except for Gramps because they're the only two that knew Mr. Brooks.
Right.
So I thought that was nice that she could be his sounding board for him.
Yes.
So that was actually my high. Not the sex scene.
Yeah,
I didn't see the sex scene.
yeah, she finally came around after
No, but
he saved Jen.
You thought I was gonna pick them.
I did.
But no, it had something to do with Dawson. Aren't you gonna have a heart attack for that?
Yeah. What's your worst?
What?
What's your worst? Or your low?
My low was Anna.
Yeah.
Yes. Trying to make a move on Pacey. No, bitch.
Can you blame her for wanting Pacey?
When he's single, you can go after him.
You still wouldn't like her if he was single going after him.
Yeah, well, I'm not with them, so. So that was my low. I don't know. I mean, I honestly thought Mr. Brooks was dead the last episode.
I thought he was too until we learned he was in a coma.
So I was like, honestly, I wasn't crying because he was dead because I thought he was already dead.
You already grieved him.
Yeah. Plus, he was kind of a jerk to everybody. So
He was.
I didn't really care. Plus, that's Dawson's future. So I don't know.
Yeah.
That's going to be Dawson as an old man.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I didn't really have anything with the Mr. Brooks dying.
So then rating?
I would rate this a 7.
I gave it an 8. Yeah,
Mhm.
we tried. Yep, an 8.
What made it an 8?
I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, just Joey and Pacey finally getting over the whole not having sex conversations over and over again.
We don't have to hear about that no more.
Yeah, okay.
And then best and worst?
Yeah, who's your best and worst?
Mine.
Sure.
Yeah.
The best was Dawson with everything he went through with Mr. Brooks, giving him, what he think he wanted. And
he didn't have a choice.
I know, but he didn't have to. I'm pretty sure
he did. Legally, he signed the papers.
I know, but I think he could have forfeited. I don't know.
Look that up.
Yeah, and then he wasn't blood anyway, so I feel like he could have got out of it if he wanted to. But and then the worst was just, I would say Anna. If it wasn't Anna, it would have been Drue. But yeah.
Yeah, I put Anna for my worst.
Because usually Drue tries to start something, but it was her this time.
Yes. And then for my best, I had a tie. Can I have a tie?
No.
Not according to Brittany.
No.
I tried that before.
1. 1. Stop being Cynthia.
Well, then it would be Dawson.
It's who?
The best.
What?
He had to make a tough decision. He had to make a huge grown-up choice, and he did good with it.
Yeah. So he was a second.
Pacey.
Oh, yeah. Pacey. Okay. And then the worst?
Anna, for sure. For trying to make a move on Pacey.
And Brittany, yours?
All right, and that's all the time we have.
Brittany.
For my best, I picked my boyfriend Pacey.
Of course.
We're gonna tie him.
but I wasn't allowed to, so he didn't get picked purposely because I knew you were picking him.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. Come on.
I don't always pick him.
I know you told me that you didn't one time.
It was just recently.
Yeah.
I felt like I was missing saying his name. Think about it though. Pacey has to deal with Joey.
True.
She's so like wishy-washy.
Oh God, yes.
Um, and so going with that trend, the worst was Joey.
Ah, not Anna.
No, because Pacey, if they didn't have that fight, he would never have left the room.
Yeah, but Anna invited him out.
I think he was only going for like maybe a walk.
He was going to meet up with Anna. That's how I took it.
So Joey just made me mad the whole episode. I'm like, you're pushing away Pacey
Yeah.
for no good reason.
Mhm.
Dawson,
Yeah.
that's her.
Yeah. And then for shutting him out when he actually is telling you and being vulnerable of what he's afraid of, and you're just shutting him down. Like, those are his feelings. Let him have his feelings.
Right. That's
That's why
much
she's the
it.
worst. I see. I love him. That's why I will go. That's why she's bad because
Yeah.
he's just the worst. Like, you can't shut out his feelings. He deserves to have them. Would you rather him to all of his secrets and fears and everything to someone else? No.
No.
That's true.
So you should be happy that he is telling you what he's afraid of
Right.
and who he's afraid of. More like who.
Yeah.
So yes, I went with the trend, Pacey and Joey. And then what's the next episode?
Episode 15, 4 stories.
Oh Lord.
Sounds like that. Season 3 finale. Sounds like that.
Why,
Yeah.
what was that one?
With the different points of
Oh,
view. Sounds like something similar to that, maybe, or just like
ugh.
different plots going back and forth.
I hated that one. Jaycee,
Yes.
thank you for coming on.
You're
Yeah.
welcome. Thanks for having me. I'm glad I got to be back.
Yeah,
All
me
right,
too.
oh, sorry.
So,
And we'll see you next time.
yeah.
Yes.
Thanks for listening.
All
Goodbye.
right, bye, you guys.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Duo Chat. If you want to chime in with your opinion about the episode and the show we discussed, you can email us at duochatpodcast@gmail.com. And to keep up with updates about the podcast, you can follow us at Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Duo Chat Podcast. And give us a review wherever you listen to podcasts. We would really appreciate it.